Hello, my name is Melissa. Today I'll share with you about how we upgraded our garage's electrical system at our home to handle a faster car charging system. There were likely other, cheaper options, but going this route worked best for us. I work at the MPCA as a sustainability administrator and have always been passionate about electric vehicles. We bought our house in 2017, and we live 7 miles from downtown St. Paul. We wanted to implement sustainable practices at our home, like planting native gardens and focusing on sustainable transit. So in 2018, we bought a used electric vehicle. It's our first one. It was the first time we had 2 cars. In 2008, I sold my car and bought an electric assist bicycle. I haven't owned a car myself since then. And because I bike nearly everywhere, we couldn't justify keeping our other car, a hybrid electric vehicle. So in early 2019, we got rid of the other car and kept the short-range EV for the 2 of us. I have my e-bike, which I love and use to bike everywhere, but this was still going to be an adjustment for us. In order for us to be comfortable with having just one car that gets, at best, 100 miles on a charge in the summer and 60 to 70 miles in the winter, we wanted a level 2 charging system. Prior to the upgrade, our garage had a single 20-amp circuit for everything, including the lights, garage door opener, and charging my bike in the car. Even under the best of circumstances, it would still take about 20 hours for the car to go from empty to fully charged. We needed to figure out a way to get our car charging faster. We did think of other options, like getting a second, cheap, used car. But we just couldn't justify owning 2 cars for how little we drive. So instead, we decided to upgrade our charging system, so both of our transit needs could be met. The previous electric service was a 100-amp panel in the house, with a single 20-amp circuit to the garage. The upgraded service is a 200-amp panel in the house with a 100-amp sub-panel in the garage. The charger is capable of charging at 40 amps, 240 volts. With the charger being capable of charging at 40 amps, we needed to install an electrical system that can carry 50 amps. This is because electrical code requires that the wires are sized at a higher capacity to provide a safety margin. Also, we opted to buy a charger with a NEMA 14-50 plug, rather than hardwiring it to the garage. Having this plug configuration allows us to take the charger with us if we sold the house, and even allows us to travel with it. We received a recommendation for an electrician who had experience with electrical vehicle charging systems and discussed several scenarios on how we could best achieve our goals. In the end, we opted to upgrade not only the supply to the garage, but also to the house. We had to get the power from the house to the detached garage by digging a trench through our garden, our backyard, and under our deck. The deck was not in great condition, and we had already been discussing plans for replacing it, so we felt it was a good time to dig up part of the deck for this project. But then we found another deck, under our deck. And then we found a concrete slab under both of those decks. We had to rent a jackhammer to get through the concrete, a new experience for us. But other than that, everything else went fairly smoothly. We deconstructed as much of the wood as possible, which means keeping the boards whole and taking the nails out. A lot of the boards were still actually in decent shape, so we were able to give away 80% of the wood. The wood was used for smaller projects, like building a small fishing dock on a farm, building a doghouse, and finishing building a fort for one family's kids. While the charging system upgrade was fairly expensive given the need to upgrade the electricity to our garage, it did save us from having to buy a second car and all that goes with that. Our car now charges fully in a couple of hours. We hope to someday trade in our current EV for a longer range EV and our charging station is ready to go when that happens. While we still haven't figured out what to do with our backyard, we've been happy with our decision to upgrade our EV's charging system. Guess what? A surprise bonus. We recently found out that we could receive a tax credit for the installation. The U.S. federal tax credit gives individuals 30% off a home electric vehicle charging station plus installation costs, up to $1,000. I never thought we could make a one EV car household work. But then again, I never thought I'd be a winter bike commuter either. But that's a story for another day.